let's admit it, 2023 wasn't all that, but I'm hella confident that 2024 will be all that. Obviously, there's only so much we can do before the new year is in full effect, but let's do it anyways, right? We've all made our fair share of mistakes and had our successes and our failures throughout the year. So take a journal or a piece of paper and jot down your failures and successes while I tell you all about mine. So now obviously we know 2023 wasn't full of just success. There had to be some failure at some point. And so I'm gonna walk you guys through my failures and my successes of 2023. Hopefully this is gonna encourage you to feel okay about yours. And now mine may not be as major or as trivial as yours may be, or as you may think yours are, but I feel like I failed in these areas and I feel like I did well in these areas. So we're gonna go through them. So I'm looking at a Notion tab right now, so if I just look that way continuously, that's what I'm looking at. Secondly, I aim to save money. One of the things that I failed in 2023 is I didn't save money. Saving money was one of my big things for 2023 because I just wanted to be well equipped going into matric in 2024, but that didn't work out. A lot of things were coming up, and I don't mean to be the type to make excuses, but 2023 was rough, okay? Next thing was work harder at school. My fourth resolution is to work harder at school. Don't get me wrong, I worked. I just didn't work hard enough. I wasn't putting in my 100% because it always felt like I was competing with someone. I was competing to show them that I don't care, not that I could do better than I was doing. And that didn't get me very far. Next, I wanted to read 10 books. Next thing is I want to read 10 books. But very early into the year, I realized reading is not for me. And to be honest, I'm not mad that I didn't read 10 books. I read a few books and yeah, reading just isn't for me. Reading destroys my mind. Next thing I said I was going to do in 2023 was to be consistent on YouTube. The thing is, I want to be consistent on YouTube. I was not. I've been on 1 month hiatuses, 2 month hiatuses even, and I've barely been consistent in posting shorts. So it's very evident that I haven't been up to par on my YouTube game this year, but in 2024, hopefully we're gonna fix that. Next thing I wanted to do was to journal consistently. And to be honest, I didn't do it as much as I wanted to, so it still does count as a fail, but I did it. I did it more than I did in previous years, and to be honest, I'm proud of myself. But being proud of myself doesn't equal I succeeded. I didn't do as much as I wanted to. And the final thing that I failed in for 2023 was I didn't get a camera. All throughout, since I started my YouTube journey in 2020, I've been looking forward to getting a camera, whether a Canon G7X or Sony ZV-1, or even just a cheap camera that I can work my way up with. That didn't work out. And to be honest, I still have the dream that it's gonna work out at some point. Maybe not in 2023, maybe in 2025, 2027, who knows? But I know it's gonna work out. This has been a big thing. So the first thing is I want to develop connections, not only on the internet but also in person. I think I mentioned in a lot of my videos, developing connections has been difficult for me in my teenage life, and I'm 16 already. I've been a teenager for 3 whole years. I've been in high school for 4, about to enter my last. And developing connections has been difficult, but this year really proved that I can do it. I can develop connections, I can have good friends, I can have close friends. And yeah, next thing, I reached 300 subscribers. This is a bit of a reach, but my goal is to reach 300 subscribers. I remember in my resolutions for last year video, I said hitting 300 subscribers would be a stretch, but to be honest, I hit it and I'm proud. Next, I was intentional this year. I think in 2023, I was super duper intentional with what I wanted to do. And just when I was writing down my resolutions for this year, I felt like the intentionality was something that was going to get me to success, and it really did. So yeah, one thing I'm going to carry with me into the next year is intentionality, because it's so worth it. Next thing was to take more pictures and to post more. So yeah, I want to take more pics and post them. My Instagram has been pretty dry, and I just created a new Instagram for my YouTube channel so that it doesn't make it more personal Instagram. Last year I posted 0. I posted nothing. This year I posted 3 posts that came from my heart. 5 posts actually that came from my heart, where I got to share in memories with friends, with family, and when I went to Cape Town. So I'm really proud of myself for doing that. Next was to have the best best sweet 16 ever. But I want to have the best sweet 16 ever. I want to enjoy it. It doesn't have to be like, I didn't think I was gonna have a sweet 16 because I went away for camp, and when I came back it was just like, let's leave it, okay? But I got surprised by a couple friends and a couple family members, and it ended up being the best sweet 16 I could ask for. Would I do it again? No. Did I love it though? Yes. Next thing was to become more intentional with my religious journey. So if you don't know, I'm a Christian, and this year one of my plans is to be more intentional with it, as in serving, going anywhere I can go. So I served this year. I did AV and I did kids church, not because I felt like I owed it to anyone, but because I felt like I needed to serve. Like I felt like I really wanted to serve. And I went to Cape Town, I went to youth camp, I went to every single event I could go to, and I served where I could serve. And that's another thing I want to carry with me to 2024, that fire, that zeal to serve. So yeah. And the last thing I succeeded in 2023 was I joined the netball team. I didn't finish the season because coach sucked, my team sucked, like let's not even talk about that. But I joined the netball team, and that for me in itself was a success. Like, but I'm proud of myself for joining the netball team anyways. So now we're gonna get into the physical, emotional, and social well-being aspect of this video. So when New Year comes around, everyone's talking about how you can make whatever year the best year of your life. To be honest, yes, it's possible, but that won't happen by doing a full transformation. You cannot do a full 360 within like a week before the New Year's about to start. And to be honest, New Year shouldn't be about changing anything. It should be about improving. Treat the New Year like you would a new day. So, 3 John chapter 2, the New King James Version, verse 2 says, "Beloved, I pray that you may prosper in all things and be in health, just as your soul prospers." Even Paul knows that goals can only be achieved well when you have a sound mind. For physical aspect, change your diet. Do whatever works for you. Like some people want to be pescatarian, others want to be vegetarian, others want to be vegan. I eat everything, but I just keep in shape through your diet. Like eat healthy, eat balanced. Do you get what I'm saying? Next is sleep enough. This is some advice that I need to take myself because I have been sleeping terribly these last couple weeks. But stop pulling all-nighters. Wake up at a regular time, sleep at a regular time, whether you're working, whether you're on holiday, sleep at the same time, wake up at the same time. It just keeps your sleep schedule stable so that your sleep schedule isn't messed up, because messed up sleep schedule, messed up physicality, can't concentrate, and there's just a whole like whirlwind of things that you don't want to experience. Last thing for the physical aspect is exercising. Obviously, once again, do what works for you. If this means going on a walk around your yard every day, fine. If this means going on a run around your neighborhood, fine. If this means going for a gym and like deadlifting and bench pressing and doing Russian hip what's fine. So do whatever works for you as long as you're keeping your physical in mind. So yeah, it doesn't really have to be much. It could be cardio or it could be a full-blown workout, as long as you're keeping your physical health good. The next part is the emotional / psychological well-being part. So I have a little bit more experience on this because I'm a peer counselor. But anyway, do what you enjoy. One thing I learned this year was to do what I enjoy. I don't have to invite anyone to do what I enjoy. I don't have to invite anyone. I can go on a solo coffee date because I enjoy it. I don't have to ask anyone to play netball with me. I can go join another team where people love doing it already because I enjoy it. Obviously, what you enjoy should be legal and like proper. The next thing is to practice gratitude. Practicing gratitude has changed my life for the better. I used to be that type of girl who complained about everything. Oh my word, my life is so hard. My parents this, school that, this, that. I don't have friends. I don't have this. But after I started practicing gratitude, I realized I have so much to be grateful for that other people can't even like be grateful for. So practice gratitude. Even if you have little to be grateful for, that's how it starts. That little is gonna turn to more and more and more and more. So yeah. Next one, I'm super heavy on this, is avoid toxic social media platforms. So obviously toxic social media platforms look different for everyone. For me, at one point, TikTok was not a bother to me. I was fine with TikTok, and TikTok didn't really hurt me until one day I saw a graphic video on TikTok. Now, you'd only expect the graphic videos to be on Twitter and Omegle and all that stuff, which I'd been avoiding already. But the day I saw it on TikTok, I just felt like, no, I need to take a break off of TikTok. TikTok is gonna mess me up, because I cried the entire night, and that is not good for my emotional well-being. Whether that's Instagram for you, comparing yourself to people you shouldn't be comparing yourself to, cut Instagram off. Whether it's Snapchat, old guys asking you for news, cut that off. If it's TikTok, people like making jokes you don't like, cut it off. So cut whatever toxic social media platforms you feel like you don't need in the next year and stick to it. And the last thing for emotional / psychological well-being is be aware of your emotions and feel them. I can't speak for everyone, but I know that I feel emotions a little bit differently to a lot of people. And when I'm asked, hey, how are you feeling? I'm usually like, I have no cooking clue how I feel. So I'll think of what emotion am I supposed to feel? I'm supposed to feel sadness. I'm supposed to feel a little bit of anger, right? So I'll be like, I'm a little bit sad and a little mad, but I'm not feeling like that. Like, I don't know. I'm not in touch with my emotions. If you still like feel emotions, then please feel them and don't just shove them down because you don't get that back. Next is social well-being. So under this, I'm gonna give you guys some real tips, eh? These tips helped me develop connections, as I said, so these are some real tips. Number 1 is keep contact with people you love. Whether this is friends or family that you haven't seen, that moved away, that you don't talk to as much, that you're not in the same school as anymore, keep contact with them. Keep contact with them. If you're not intentional about it, you're gonna lose those connections and you're gonna find yourself lonely one day. Next thing is volunteer for something new. Whether it's volunteering at a child shelter or volunteering at an animal shelter or volunteering I don't know where, and just boost happiness. Obviously, if volunteering doesn't make you happy, don't do it. But volunteering, I volunteered once at an old age home and I helped them wash dishes and like sweep and clean the bathroom. And it was fun, like having the conversations with them and hearing how they talk about each other, how they talk to each other was cool. Next is pick up a hobby, whether this is playing tennis, which I think I'm gonna pick up next year, or going on solo dates once a month, or I don't know, skydiving every 2 weeks, I don't know, like playing the keyboard like I do. If exercising is a hobby, pick it up. If you like this thing, pick it up. If you've been thinking about it, pick it up. Time is running out, okay? And I mean this in so many different ways, but time is running out, and the time for you to sit there and procrastinate is getting less and less and less. So pick up hobbies now so you can enjoy them now, so you have memories to look back on and be like, I'm so glad I did that. You can use this advice in 2025, 6, 7, 8, because it's not about restarting your life and making yourself a new person. It's not about restarting your life and turning yourself into an A-list celebrity. It's just about being a better person and improving. Not doing a 360. If you're gonna do a 50, fine.
By my side, and you give me life, and you give me rest. I know sleepless nights. Baby, come back to me. My heart is.
I was actually scrolling through TikTok yesterday, and I saw this video. She was getting ready, and she was saying she doesn't feel good to go out if she doesn't look good. So now some people are totally comfortable with rocking up in sweatpants and what, and they feel good, okay? But for people like me, if looking good is the first step to feeling good. Even in my study vlog, I had to study for like a big test. This was like my finals, okay? And I didn't feel good because I didn't look good. My hair was messed up from school. I walked home in the rain. I just felt terrible. So I just changed, did my hair up, fixed my brows, put on some lip balm, and I was good to go, and I felt good to study again. And I don't know about you guys, but I just don't feel good to study if I don't look good. Cool. So now I feel a bit better about studying. So sometimes the secret is just looking good. Back that up. I have a quote from Maria Sharapova. She said, when you look good, you feel good. Confidence with what you're wearing is very important. If you feel good, you will always perform your best without worrying about anything. Self-explanatory. Next is engage in things that motivate you. Too often I see people doing things because their friends are doing it or because they're asked to do it even though they don't want to. Life is not about competing, and if they could take my advice, they'd realize that there's so much more to life than competition and being better than someone and being more successful than someone and seeing how well someone is doing compared to you. Life is more than that. The last thing I want to discuss for this video And this, I titled this, Never Forget This, okay? If you never remember anything I say in this video, that's fine, but remember this, okay? Life isn't all about achieving goals. We win some and we lose some. I'm pretty sure we all know that already. It's about how we get back up. And now I know a lot of people say that it's about how you get back up, it's about how you respond. The only thing you control is you, but it's true. My favorite teacher told me, people who fail when they're young or fail at things they want the most become the most successful later in life. But here's why. They become more successful not because they work harder or whatever, but because they become so numb to failure and they get so used to failure that failure becomes a building block. So be one of those people. Be one of those people who's like, okay, failure is just a step. It's just another step. Like, it's another step we have to cross over. It's just another challenge we have to like beat, another level we have to defeat, you know? And with that being said, all the best for 2022, guys. Come back in 2025 and let me know how 2024 went. Like, happy new year from the bottom of my heart, and congratulations in advance, because I can see you guys are gonna be successful. And yeah, like, may the Lord be with you guys.